Well, today's a brand new day and we have a lot of exciting stuff going on. I actually started and forgot to roll the film, but I'm going to film the rest of it. And we're turning a low hump cab into a high hump cab. I didn't even know that was a thing until I started looking at it, but most of the stick shift trucks were what they call the high hump, and the automatics were the low hump. And this is an automatic, but it has, I think it's a turbo 350. Anyway, the bell housing of the automatic is actually hitting part of the body. And my gear shift, I have a low car shifter, is really close to the top of the transmission. So I decided to take the high hump out of the old cab and cut it out, and I'm going to put it in the new cab. Part of it bolts in and the other part welds in. So let me show you what we have here. So I already cut this floor out up to there, and that piece will bolt in there. And the old one used to be this high, but this new one now gets a lot higher. So that's fine, except for that will all bolt in. But this tunnel piece is different. So I cut that out of the old truck, and it's going to go kind of right there so that it'll mate up with the square of the high hump floor. So now I'm going to cut this white line and cut this out, cut it out down here, and then I'm going to test fit it, but I'm going to have to trim up to about here. Anyway, I'm going to get it close. So I am going to actually set the camera up to catch cutting out this firewall and then installing the new high hump tunnel. I've already checked the back side of this to make sure that there's nothing in the way that is going to get cut that I don't want to have cut. Plus I'm not going to go very deep because I don't want to hit the transmission. So here we go. Now I gotta be careful right here. I got my filler tube, so I wanna make sure I don't hit it. Okay, got that out. I didn't hit my two lines. So the top of this, where I cut this, looks like this line right here. So I'm going to peel this off, and then I'm going to trim it back to that line. So I'm going to trim it right. Alright, so I'm going to trim it right on this line right here. And this should fit right up in there. Good now. How does this fit? Oh yeah, look at that. Fit nice. All right, well, it's almost in. I had a little trim in, a little sand in, smoothing up the sharp edges. And then right here, I'll sand this down. I can push this down, put a little snap weld on it, and then we're golden. There's a little spot right here where I'm going to have to put a little bit of this in. I should not have cut that off, but that fits right there. Done. Done. Okay, so I cut out for this piece, got it placed, and I bolted the cover to this plate so that I could get it exactly where I want it. And then I think now I'm going to drill these perimeter holes. I put bolts in there to hold this permanently, and then wherever this falls, that's where it gets welded. So I am going to go ahead and do that right now. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6 bolts. I'm using these self-tapping screws. They work real nice. Just drill a hole, a little bit smaller, put those in, and they just cut their way through. Now we're good. So I can clean up this edge and weld it in. All right, done on this side. I'm gonna go to the other side. All right, just like that, now we have a high hump cab. It's all bolted in and ready to go. Well, this today was productive. This was a real mental block for me. I didn't really want to get into it, cutting out the floors and making a small hump Chevy a large hump. I'd never done that, so anyway, but once I got started, it was pretty simple. I like to do 100% weld all the way around. Just seems stronger. And on the 65, this is out of a 65, but on the 66, there's a body seam that runs across here. I had to cut that. So I figured welding this all the way around would give the cab floor a little bit more strength also, but I would have done it anyway. Let's go in for a close-up and I'll show you what we did. But you can do it if anybody had any questions. Make it. I accidentally cut this piece off, so I had to weld it back on. Then I just welded all the way around. It is a little bit rusty. This is indicative of the previous cab that we replaced. All right, following the welds down, this is it. Also, right here, this is where the gas pedal is going to bolt down to. In the 66, it just had two balls with little push sockets, but the 65 gas pedal actually has the bolts, so that's going to go right there. You can see how rusty this is, so I'll unbolt this and I'm going to clean this up, and all this stuff here, and I'll put some rust kill on it. So anyway, that just wraps up another project on this truck, getting down to the end on it. So the next step will be putting on all the fenders and the front end. I got 3 or 4 broken bolts I have to get out before I put the front grille on. So that'll be the next project. For this one, it went pretty well. Anyway, I'm kind of excited that it's done because I didn't really want to do it, but it's done now. I really appreciate you watching. Thank you, and we'll catch you on the next video.